Namaste. Welcome to Revision with Vrithi. Today we will see Lesson 6 Plants Around Us. Aditya was walking through the garden eating an apple. When he finished eating, he threw away the core, the central part with the seeds, carelessly into the bushes. His sister, Dia, picked it up and planted it properly in the soil. She said, "Don't you know we can grow new plants from the seeds in a fruit?" Aditya was surprised. He had never thought so much about the plants around him. Dia said, "Why don't you take a walk with me and see all the different plants that grow in our own garden? As you may have noticed, all these plants look different. Some are tall trees, while others are small, bushy shrubs. Some give us fruits to eat, while others don't. Yet, there are certain features that are common in most plants. Plants can prepare their own food. They are fixed at one place in the soil. Plants continue to grow throughout their lifetime. Like animals and humans, plants are living beings. We can see many different kinds of plants around us. Some plants, such as trees, have strong trunks and stand erect. Others have weak stems and need the support of other plants to rise up. Plants have different shapes and sizes, depending on the climate and other conditions. In fact, plants are not only found on land, but in the water as well. For example, lotus and water hyacinth grow in water. The root and shoot systems. There are two basic systems into which a plant can be divided: the root and the shoot systems. The root is that part of the plant which holds it firmly to the soil. It is usually underground. It also helps the plants to absorb food and water from the soil. The shoot system includes that part of the plant which is above the soil. Thus, the stem, leaves, flowers, and fruits are all parts of the shoot system. Types of plants. Big, tall, and strong plants are called trees. Trees have hard and strong stems that help them to grow tall and erect. They have many branches. Some plants have many thin and short stems that start near the ground. They are called shrubs. Plants like rose, jasmine, hibiscus, and cherry are shrubs. Some plants have very soft green stems that can't hold them up. These plants use the support of other plants or wall, rocks, etc. to stand. These are known as climbers. Grapevine and sweet pea are climbers. Creepers are plants with very weak stems and therefore they spread along the ground. Pumpkin and bottle gourd are examples of creepers. Most plants have brightly colored flowers. Their sweet smell and bright colors attract bees and other insects. These insects help the flowers grow into fruits by transferring a yellow powder called pollen from one flower to another of the same kind. Seeds are found inside the fruit. When the fruit is ripe, it falls from the plant and the seeds are planted in the soil. This is how new plants grow. Uses of plants. Aditya was amazed. I never knew there were so many different kinds of plants around us. Dia, he said. Plants are so different from each other. Their roots, their stems, their heights, and even their flowers and fruits, everything differs. Dia smiled and said, "Yes, and all plants are useful to us in different ways. In fact, plants help us to breathe. When plants make their food, they release a gas called oxygen into the air. Humans need oxygen to survive. Can you think of some ways in which plants help us? Hey Diya, I know another way in which plants help us. They give us food to eat, exclaimed Aditya. Plants provide food in the form of fruits and vegetables. Fruits are usually sweet in taste and can be eaten raw. Apples, bananas, oranges, papaya, and strawberries are some of the fruits that we get from plants. Plants also give us vegetables, which we cook and eat. Carrots, cauliflowers, beans, and lady's fingers are some of the vegetables that we get from plants. Some plants are grown only for the food that they provide. Rice, wheat, and pulses are such plants. Farmers plow the land and plant seeds. Then they water the field and wait for saplings to grow. They take good care of these plants and make sure that insects do not attack them and eat them up. Soon the plants are fully grown and are cut down and harvested. Every crop has its own period of harvesting. Some crops are harvested in summers while others in winters. Plants from different places. Have you noticed that food habits are different in different places? One of the reasons for this is that different plants grow in different regions. For example, apples grow in cool climates. That is why apples from Himachal Pradesh and Kashmir are so sweet. On the other hand, mangoes grow in warm regions. That is why the mangoes from Maharashtra are so delicious. In fact, there are some foods we eat today that were not even grown here earlier. Have you eaten kiwi fruit? This fruit is common in New Zealand. But it has recently been introduced in India. Now it is grown here as well. Kiwi is not the only plant that has been brought in from other lands. 500 years ago, when Portuguese came to India, they brought with them plants such as potato and tomato. These soon became very popular and people started growing them all across India. Can you imagine your food without potatoes and tomatoes? Leaves of plants. Leaves are actually one of the most important part of the plant. This is because leaves are responsible for making food for the plant through photosynthesis. Green leaves have a pigment called chlorophyll. In fact, chlorophyll gives leaves their green color. In the presence of sunlight, plants use chlorophyll to combine water and carbon dioxide to make food. Thus, leaves are also called the food factory of the plant. During photosynthesis, plants release oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere. Thus, they clean the air around us. This is one of the reasons we should plant more trees and shrubs. We have learnt of so many ways to differentiate between the different plants, but the easiest and the most common way is to study their leaves. Plants have leaves of different shapes and sizes. For example, peepal and neem are both common trees in India, but both of them have very different leaves. On the other hand, look at the cactus. Its leaves are actually spiny thorns. The cactus grows in very hot deserts and its stem is fleshy and green. Some cacti have a few thick leaves. Apart from other parts of the plant, even the leaves of some plants are very helpful to us. For instance, neem leaves have medical properties. We also eat spinach leaves because they have very nutritious and make us strong. Diya led Aditya to some plants and plucked a few leaves. Crushing each leaf, she held it near the nose and said, "Here, smell this." One by one, Aditya smelled holy basil, tulsi, mint and coriander leaves. He was surprised to notice that they all smelled different. Looking around, Aditya started noticing more things about leaves. To his surprise, he saw that not all leaves were green. Some plants are colorful leaves. Sometimes leaves change color according to the season. In spring, you have seen many fresh leaves budding on plants. These are usually light green in color. Soon they grow darker and larger. In autumn, the leaves of many trees, such as maple and oak, start changing color. Finally, the leaves turn brownish yellow and fall off. In winter, many trees are bare and hardly have any leaves. During the time, the plant survives on the food that it had prepared and stored in the stem earlier. In winter, especially in a very cold climates, there is very little sunlight. Thus, the plant is not able to produce any food. This is why it depends on stored food. Have you ever wondered what happens to the leaves that fall off from trees? The leaves that fall off are called dead leaves. These decay over time. People collect and mix dead leaves and soil to make compost, which makes the soil fertile and is used for growing plants. In this way, even dead leaves are useful for plants. Aditya picked up a peepal leaf and said, "Look, dear, it has such a beautiful shape. I never noticed before, but I think our table cover has these leaves all over it." Dia said, "You are right, Aditya. Leaf symbols are used on many different objects. Beautiful leaf designs are used on cushion covers and even in mehendi designs that we get made on our hands." Understood? For this, we finished our lesson 6, plants around us. Tomorrow we will see the exercise part of this lesson. Thank you.